How's it going, folks? I'm Des with DesFit, and this is the brand new Fitbit Inspire 3 activity tracker. And this may be a pretty unassuming little device, but this may be one of the best deals when it comes to a wearable that can track your health stats like your heart rate, your sleep, blood oxygen saturation levels, skin temperature, and even heart rate variability, all for right around $100. So I've been testing the new Fitbit Inspire 3 for the last few weeks, and in this video, I'll be going over everything that this activity tracker has to offer. It may not be a full-blown smartwatch, but it's surprising how much this little thing can do. And I'll be going into a lot of detail about all the features, including the health tracking, the activity tracking, as well as even battery life. So if the information in this video does help you out at all, don't be shy about hitting that like button down below. It's a small little thing that you can do that'll help this video and the channel quite a bit, and I appreciate it. So the Fitbit Inspire 3 is a super small, lightweight, and comfortable little band, but don't let the size fool you. It packs in a surprising amount of features in this tiny little package. It has a full color touchscreen, and getting around the device is pretty easy, where you can swipe from the bottom to bring up your daily stats like your steps, distance that you covered during the day, calories burned, how many hours activity, your current heart rate, last night's sleep, blood oxygen saturation level, as well as how many days this week that you worked out. And then back from the watch face, if you swipe from the top, here's where you can access some quick settings like a do not disturb mode, as well as access more settings like display settings. And then you can also swipe to the right or the left to access information like notifications, exercise shortcuts, a relaxation app, alarms, as well as timers. And using the touchscreen is pretty responsive and predictable. There's really not much to it, and you can just pinch the sides together to go back a screen at any time. When your hands are dry, it works flawlessly, but when your hands are wet, the display can be a little bit finicky to use. And in terms of how easy that display is to read, indoors the display is super easy to view. Outside in most conditions, it's pretty good too, but in some super bright direct sunlight, there can be a little bit of glare, especially if you have sunglasses on. With the stock settings straight out of the box, the display will time out after a certain time period, and to wake up the display, you either just tap on the screen or pinch the Inspire 3 to wake up the display. If you enable the gesture mode, the display will wake up with the turn of the wrist, and then if you have the always on display mode enabled, it'll dim the display when you're not interacting with it, but just keep in mind that the always on display mode as well as the gesture mode do take more battery. And that brings us to battery life, which they claim is up to 10 days with the stock settings straight out of the box. So for example, I had a full charge on the Inspire 3 on September 27th, and it actually took 11 days before it gave me a low battery warning. And I did plenty of workouts during that time period too, so that 10-day claim seems to hold pretty true. However, if you enable the gesture mode or the always on display mode, that will reduce the battery life quite a bit. So in either of those modes, you'll get anywhere from like 5 to 7 days, but that's still not bad at all. And it comes with both a small as well as a large strap inside the box, and the large strap seemed to be a little bit more appropriate for my 185mm circumference wrist, but there was still quite a bit of strap remaining. And then for notifications, you'll be able to get notified for calls, texts, and even apps. And what's nice about the apps too is that you can actually fine-tune which apps will give you notifications. And then for text messages, you'll be able to see a surprising amount of information, especially for those long text messages. Now, just note that you will be able to receive the text messages, but you won't be able to reply from the Inspire 3 itself. And then on the health and activity tracking side of things, the Inspire 3 will track your steps. It also has a heart rate sensor where you can get a high and low heart rate notifications. That heart rate sensor can also track your breathing rate, your resting heart rate, and even heart rate variability. And then it also has an SpO2 sensor for tracking blood oxygen saturation levels during sleep, as well as a skin temperature sensor. And I actually don't think there's much else on the market at this price range that actually has all those health sensors. And in addition to that, it also has Fitbit's advanced sleep tracking, which has been known well to provide some pretty high quality sleep data, including sleep stages. And for the accuracy, I can't really test the sleep stages in terms of REM, deep sleep, and light sleep. However, I can speak to the sleep duration as well as the time I went to bed and woke up, as well as the times I was awake during the night. So for example, on this night's sleep, it was super accurate in nailing the time I went to bed as well as the time I finally woke up. But what's more impressive here is how well it was able to track the time I woke up right around 4:40 in the morning, where I was awake for about an hour or so, and then I went back to sleep. Now, this does get us to the subject of Fitbit Premium. So to access every single feature on the Inspire 3, you need a subscription to Fitbit Premium. The nice thing is the Inspire 3 comes with a 6-month free trials. But what does Fitbit Premium actually get you? Well, the first thing is your daily readiness score. And what this does is gives you a score from 0 to 100 based on how well you may be ready for a workout based on your recovery. And in addition, you can get a wellness report about your health trends. It'll allow you to view your historical data back 90 days versus without Fitbit Premium, where you can only view back 1 week, as well as guided mindfulness sessions and additional workouts. Now for workout and fitness tracking, you have access to 21 different workout profiles, but you'll only be able to have 6 of those profiles available to you on the Inspire 3 itself, and you'll choose those workout types from the Fitbit app. For tracking outdoor workouts, the Fitbit Inspire 3 uses connected GPS, meaning that it's going to use your phone's GPS to track location and distance. So talking about GPS accuracy isn't necessarily a thing because that's really all reliant on your phone. Now, what's interesting though is that for walking and running workouts, the Fitbit Inspire 3 is still able to track your distance using the built-in accelerometer. But it was actually surprisingly close on this run that I had compared to some other GPS watches that I was using. And then finally, let's talk about heart rate accuracy. So here's an indoor cycling workout where my heart rate was varying quite a bit, and we can see that the Inspire 3 did a very decent job here. There were a couple minor hiccups on a few of these rapid increases in heart rate, but overall, this is basically what I like to see. And then taking it outdoors for a road ride, this is where we start to introduce more variables for a wrist-based heart rate sensor to deal with, like lots of vibrations and bumps in the road, which can throw off these types of sensors. And we can definitely see more areas here where the Inspire 3 was thrown off. It's actually still not all that bad though, maybe except for the beginning of the ride where it read high for the first few minutes. Running, however, was a bit shakier for me though, where although it started out pretty good, like right in line with the other sensors I was wearing, it did have these sections here where it read about 10 to 12 beats per minute high. And then at the end of the workout, it started to trail a bit low. So the heart rate sensor may not necessarily be the most accurate that I've ever seen, but for the money, I think it's still going to give you meaningful enough data for your workouts. So for somebody who reviews a huge range of watches and activity trackers, I'm pretty impressed with what the Fitbit Inspire 3 offers for the money. It packs in a lot for 99 bucks. Of course, you do have to consider whether or not you want to extend your Fitbit Premium membership beyond these 6 free months that it comes with, which will certainly bump up the price quite a bit, especially in the long term. However, even without the Fitbit Premium membership, the rest of the features that it comes with, it's easily worth 99 bucks. And if you have any questions about the Fitbit Inspire 3, about anything I didn't cover in this video, feel free to leave your question in the comment section down below. And on your way down there, if you found the information in this video useful, do me a favor, just quickly hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel for plenty more sports tech videos, including my in-depth review of the Fitbit Sense 2 as well as the Fitbit Versa 4, which I'm currently testing, which will be coming out soon. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.